Okay, so we're going to install this Hidem, and what this does is this hides the staples around the edges. So if you'll pinch it here, you'll see there's a valley. That little valley there is where we're actually going to put the staples when we staple this down around the edge. Now you want to make sure your Hidem is pretty close to the edge. We're going to pinch it, get our stapler in there, and then we're going to put a staple down. We want to make sure that we're covering our existing staples around the edge. That's why in the earlier video I was telling you to get your staples on the edge as close as possible. So we're going to start tacking this down. If you slide your gun right down the valley, it should slide nice and smooth, and you can staple this down around the entire edge. Now when we get to our corners, we're going to have to trim our Hidem a little bit, and I'm going to show you how we do that here in just a second. So I basically take the Hidem and I'll wrap it around the corner, and then wherever the peak of that corner is, I'll take my scissors and I'm going to cut halfway through the Hidem. Now you don't want to cut all the way through, so I pinch it to allow the blade to cut halfway through, and then I'll fold it over top of itself. And by doing this, when you put that staple in there, it'll hold that bottom piece of Hidem to the top piece that you're stapling right there, and you can continue going around your corners. So we're going to staple this all the way around. Stay in the valley. Just keep your Hidem nice and straight. Slide your stapler down the valley and staple every so many inches until you get to your next corner. And now in this corner here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the Hidem and I'm going to wrap it around to where it needs to be. Check where the peak of my turn is. Trim it back. Pinch the Hidem so I don't cut all the way through the back side of the Hidem. And then I'm going to overlap the Hidem over top of the other piece there. And when I staple it down, it will staple down both pieces. Okay, so we're coming to the end of our Hidem where it's going to meet the other end that started it. And what we're going to do is I cut a straight line here as close as possible so that these two pieces of Hidem will butt up to each other. And after we do that, we're going to peel both of these pieces of Hidem back and run a staple right there in the middle of the valley to keep them tacked down together. And then that will complete the Hidem on the bottom side of this cushion.